So today is May 14th and I thought we'd do a tour of my mini homestead and where we are right now. A lot of changes have happened since the last tour and some big changes are coming in the next week. There's always work to do, and as I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, there's grass growing at the bottom of the grapevine. So the grapevines are growing. The trumpet flowers have got some growth there. Still have to get the the arbor here fixed, but there's so much to do. Our hibiscus trees are starting to are starting to get some leaf. Gonna have to cut out quite a bit on this one. It's got some dead stuff. The plan is to take this out. We really don't like it. It just sticks with leaves. So we're going to look into getting a dwarf lilac. Now we'll start in our orchard. I know it's funny, our orchard. We have 3 trees, but there will be more. I was going to plant apple trees and peach trees this spring. Never had time. Up, we've got company. He's come to say hi. You? Yeah. Okay, so our pear tree is looking pretty good. And, ooh! Nope, that's where I thought it was a pear, but that's where I cut it off. So nothing here happening yet. And then we've got our cherry tree, which is looking really good this year. Last year it was looking pretty scraggly when we came in. But there's the start of our cherries. Last year it didn't look like it had much. I'm still not sure we're going to get lots, but I am now going to have to get the kootenai cover because we have cherries. Yay! Okay, so we're going to head up to where our apple tree is, which I call the bonsai apple tree because it's such a funny shape. Now, might have mentioned in another video, I can't remember, but all this rock here was all up there covering everything. And I did some of it, Mom did most of it. And there was this orange tarp underneath it. Still got this garden fabric that needs to come up. These are rose bushes that were pulled out, but not all the roots. Now you can see that's on the root. So there's a bit of the root in the ground. So all of it has to come out. We're going to put this into flower gardens, do a layer. We did get compost under the tree. Try to get as much nutrition as possible. So this is our sunroom. One day it'll become the exercise room again, but it really has been where I've had a lot of my seedlings growing. So I've got peas, snow peas, regular peas, all sorts of things that have just been planted 2 and 3 days ago. Pumpkins, corn. So that's all of that's in here. I have my eggplants in here. I need to get the light on them. They much prefer it where it's warm. I did have them outside during the day. Not happy, so they moved back in. Oops, got a little weed. Okay, so let's get back outside. So, my pepper patch. No. So my peppers are doing really good. I've pinched them off. I've pinched the little peppers and flowers growing so that they'll get bigger. So they're doing really good. My pot of basil, or pots, these are some of my tomatoes. Most of these are Kellogg breakfast. And then I've got another pile there. I need to move them all back. I've got, what are those, asters that are growing right there. Oops. How in the world did that fall over? So, got a little tomato. Did I get it? Yeah, a little tomato there that's changing color. And then these are the tomatoes that I went to Kelowna for. Now these are, and it's funny because the person that was selling them is the sister-in-law of a friend of mine. So that was quite exciting. We had a really good visit. So in the middle, she gave me a fig tree. So we're going to see what happens with that. And then have 2 different types of Italian tomatoes. She has no idea what the names are. Her mother-in-law brought them back from Italy 25 plus years ago. So she says the one they call heart because it's shaped like a heart. The other one is shaped like a pepper. So for now we're calling them Italian hearts and Italian peppers, tomatoes, until I can get the fruit, go online and see if I can figure it out. And then these are the other tomatoes that I bought. These are Amish paste, and I tried to get seeds and get them in and I couldn't. So I found some tomatoes at Greenery. One of these are Amish paste, as well as I have 2 Persian cucumbers. And I just bought these beginning of last week and they are huge, or the end of last week, I guess it was. And they've really grown, these cucumbers. And I've been looking, I wanted Persian really badly. I only got 2, I probably should have got about 4, but who knows. So then I got portulacas, I've got pansies, snapdragons, marigolds. I think these are my stalks. I'm not sure. I forgot. Tags have come out and I don't know, but those are flowers. Those were cauliflower that I still need to get planted. I think these are my hollyhocks, bells of Ireland, and then I got some corn salad. I need to get that planted out too. Oh, there it is. Celeosus. That's what that other tray was. And then down there I have more cabbage and broccoli. And then some more onions. As you can tell, I've pulled things out. Okay. Oh, and then hanging baskets are up here. My brother doesn't know it, but these are what he bought us, or bought Mom. And I reap the benefit. So got those hanging up, and I think it was Thursday we got those. And Mom just loves begonias, and they're beautiful. So here we have 3 begonias in this pot, and 3 begonias in this pot. So we picked this spot because it gets the morning sun, and then it gets shade. So part of my job today is to move all the veggies off the balcony and put them somewhere in the backyard. Okay, let's continue our tour into the back. So we now have the back deck cleaned off of tools. It was just covered in tools while we were building the garden beds. Now these are flowers that we got when we got the tomatoes. So these are what we got from the Greenery and planted them up. And I just love this pot that I have them in because it sort of looks like a metal pot. I've had this pot for several years now. Love it. So waiting for these all to start growing more and bush out. And then still have this deck to clean up, but here's the majority of my tomato plants. Yes, in total I have around 170 tomato plants. But like I said, it's an experience. This is an experience. They're all heirlooms. I do not know how much they'll produce per plant, so this is my year for figuring that out. Here's our blackberries that we need to get planted, as well as some raspberries that we bought. Can't remember what the name is. Mom came across some tulips that I had saved from when we were in Abbotsford that were hanging out in the potting shed all winter long, and planted these up maybe 3 weeks ago. We've got 3 containers of them. So there's more. Oh yeah, and there's the compost pile. We did have 10 yards. It's getting down there, but we will use it all up. Mom's beautiful yellow rose bush. Can't wait to see the roses. And then here's our big one of tulips. I am going to move it back over there by the fence. And then the yellow one Mom and I bought from the Greenery. The rest of them we got locally in town here that my brother got for us. And then in here, this beautiful purple petunia we got from the Greenery. I just love it. And then the other ones around it are what we got in town here. And then another basket here. And then over here is my oregano. And it's growing really good. And that I brought with me from Abbotsford. Okay, so big changes since the last tour. There's a big hole in our backyard. And that is where the greenhouse is going to go. So I'm really excited about that. Our land is not level, so that is level, except for we need to spread out some dirt there just to make it more even. Over here was where we had a swing. The swing is out, and this is more mulch that we brought from up top. And it's a lot deeper than it seems because there's like a hole in there. So that'll go into all the pathways in the garden. And then these are some chives that I brought from Abbotsford. We've got some irises in pots. I think it's irises. No, maybe it's glads. I have no idea. We'll see. We got them from a friend, so we dug them up and we'll see what we get. Now these are strawberries that I picked. that brought from Abbotsford that I had bought. But they're just crazy small. They're like the size of wild strawberries. So most likely not keeping them. And then these pretty purple ones are money plants. Man, I wish it produced real money because I could use it right now. Now here's some other chives that are just going to flower. They sure are going to look pretty. And then just some other types of flowers we have in here. Then this is the rest of our raspberry patch. We got this from Elfrida and Heinz, and we'll get them planted down below. So what's in these pots here are actually Swiss chard that we transplanted from up in the upper garden so we can get it down here. So this here, Kevin came in and leveled the whole thing out for us, and so we now have it leveled. Just got to go through it, get the rocks and sticks out of it, and then we're going to work at putting fabric down the side of the hill so we don't have grass and weeds growing. So this is it. This is the end of the tour for now. And like I said, there's going to be big changes that happen over the next week or two, and I will then post another tour for you guys. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. Hope you enjoyed the tour, and stay tuned.